Welcome and thank you for joining my session. The methodology we're exploring today is a driving force for cultural transformation within our organizations. In my session, we will take a close look to some theories that I believe are beneficial in the process of synergizing BIM and AI towards a more accessible, more creative, and more inclusive future in the architecture, engineering, and construction sector. After a brief introduction, today's agenda brings a short recap of 2023 in relation to generative AI. Then we will look at the three key takeaways and lastly summarize with some final thoughts and your questions. NIRAS is my professional home, which is a value-driven multidisciplinary engineering consultancy in Denmark. NIRAS has a global reach across 35 countries, 61 offices, and 3,000 employees engaging in a large number of projects. At NIRAS, I have the honor to work together with specialists in many areas, including data science, GIS, BIM, software development, machine learning, IoT, and automation. When we combine these digital skills with our professional expertise across a number of sectors, we are able to create unique solutions to the benefit of both our clients and the society. Nidas has been a valuable consultant on a number of innovative projects. For example, Børneriget is Denmark's new innovative children's hospital where play and innovative course of treatment are in the focus. And then another example is a carbon neutral drinks factory in Rotterdam for the leading company Innocent. And Casper is among our clients as well. And this is the construction of a new water plant that enables the brewery to recycle 90% of all processed water. And in the context of brewing, here's an interesting fact about Casper. An exciting project that was launched back in 2017 by the name of the Beer Fingerprinting Project was actually using AI analytics to map out flavors and aromas in beer. So back to 2023, we can all agree on these buzzwords for the technological breakthroughs that are already in rapid adoption. In 2023, multimodality reached a widespread adoption where everyone got the chance to use advanced AI models that can understand and interact using multiple forms of input and output, like text, images, and sounds. Um, Also, a number of the industry's software companies have already made a significant advancement in integrating AI into their services. From transforming traditional workflows using AI analytics, creating a digital twin of planet Earth, real-time on-site monitoring, to providing a digital AI assistant for project documents and automatic retrieval of data without using a specific BIM tool. And all of these advancements create new requirements for our skills. This ad on the giant billboard went viral. It is by the Belgian agency Impact, which is an employment agency for technical and construction specialists. This message behind the billboard is a reminder that while AI can excel our efficiency, the expertise and skills of us humans remains essential. However, the use of AI in construction does predict potential job losses, especially in the repetitive tasks. And according to Harvard Business Review, upskilling will not be enough, and many will face the need of reskilling. So, how do we align the future of work in the face of advancement in the technology? This is a call to action for individuals and companies in the construction sector to adopt through understanding technology adoption by recognizing how new technologies are adopted across the industry, by fostering a mindset of continuous learning for ongoing education and skill development, and by establishing a safe environment for experimentation. Um, these three major adoptions can be achieved by adopting innovation as a cultural driver, data-driven decision-making, and by prioritizing collaboration, efficiency, and change management. Let's consider the essence of innovation. As defined by ISO, innovation isn't just the creation of something new. It's about crafting a change that adds value. Innovation is ultimately about people. People are those who will create innovative solutions driven by their creativity, passion, and unique perspectives. But not all of us adopt new technologies and innovations evenly. The diffusion of innovations is a widespread theory that seeks to explain how, why, and at what rate new ideas and technology spread. In simple words, this theory provides an understanding on how, over a period of time, an idea or a product will spread through an organization or even the whole industry. Here we categorize adopters into five segments: innovators, early adopters, early majority, late majority, and laggards. In the context of BIM and AI, we're not just looking at adoption, but we're also looking at the competencies required to leverage the innovations effectively. Daisuke Suimatsu, who is a digital consultant and a talented writer, has published a paper on the skills gap. He refers that the skills needed to utilize innovation are essential and that in order to remain competitive, we must be proactive and embrace continuous learning. But how quickly must we adapt? The half-life of a skill is decreasing, and our current skills could soon become obsolete unless we accelerate our learning curve. How do we increase the speed to acquire new skills? We also need to look beyond speed. It's also about our drive. According to Daisuke, what drives us to adopt is a part of the way we learn. In this theory, it's obvious that the role of early adopters is essential as they are indeed full of drive to implement ideas from the innovators. And in my opinion, we also need to balance the dynamics between the innovators and the laggards to ensure that the drive for innovation doesn't leave behind those that are slower to adopt. I believe that laggards can potentially shift position. Addressing the resistance to adopt and learn, often seen as a barrier to innovation, is important. Laggards, they can bring a unique value to this process. Their skepticism about our new ideas and the need of more evidence before embracing any idea can be addressed by the use of AI models that can, for example, simulate outcomes. And in this way, the persuasion period would not be nearly as long as a traditional. To achieve the balance, we can also relate to the people, process, and technology framework. Since people bring essential insights and experience for the advancement of AI technology, the model has evolved by making special space for data. This evolution, it was also adopted by Google, introduced in their AI adoption framework, where this model is the fundamental for their AI maturity themes. Their approach presents a future where data is the key element in enabling a culture of continuous growth and innovation. This very approach is also adopted in NIRAS, where every year a team of innovators organize a hackathon as an open invitation to anyone who is interested in experimenting and learning through parametric design. These kinds of events have brought significant increase in efficiency on the projects we work on. And we know this by measuring the progress using data analytics. Digital data is all around us. We are facing the urgency not only about collecting data, also by utilizing it in making informed decisions, also known as data-driven decision making. This concept offers clarity on multiple fronts, from enhancing the quality of our information and communication to mitigating risks, to managing costs, ensuring our quality assurance, and predicting future trends. Each of these is a critical component of our decision-making process. For example, in the context of integrating BIM and AI, we meet many case studies on how AI algorithms can analyze BIM models. But to put this in action, it requires the correct data from the BIM models. And also to achieve full integration of BIM, also referred to as BIM Level 3, we need a data-driven approach. Before we can move ahead, we need to face challenges. Ensuring data quality and managing the overwhelming volume of data that in most cases can happen due to lack of standardization. Furthermore, it can be quite challenging to create a culture that values this data by interpreting it accurately. To address these challenges, we need people to accept the new technology. The technology acceptance model, developed by Fred Davis in the late 80s, is a theoretical model that helps us understand how users come to accept and use a technology. Like in any given adoption and implementation, understanding the acceptance of new technologies is beneficial in guiding us through the adoption of AI and BIM. In this model, we can see that the acceptance process is a path that is affected by how we see technology. In other words, perceived usefulness would refer to the degree to which a person believes that using a particular system would enhance their job. And on the other hand, perceived ease of use refers to the degree to which a person believes that using a particular system would be free of effort. In other words, the collective intentions to use the technology would inevitably lead to the organizational behavior. This behavior can be fueled by addressing the changes that we must undergo both in upskilling and undertaking their purpose towards achieving collaboration and efficiency. This is our last key takeaway. From integrated collaboration, automated workflows, and data-driven insights to interoperability. The collaborative environment for all the stakeholders based on standardized data and efficient open BIM workflows can already be utilized. However, one of the challenges we experience is, on one hand, the need of redefining the human skills and roles, and on the other hand, the need of stakeholder adoption. To achieve this, we need to change the industry. And to do that change, we need to change within the organizations. Change management requires a structured approach. For example, Kurt Lewine developed this change model involving three simple steps: unfreezing, changing, and refreezing. In the first stage, it's where we first prepare for the change. Then, in the second phase, we implement change. And in the final phase, we embed the change. It's a very simple approach, and it can be utilized both in organizational changes, but also in a project team where, for example, any given idea that is approved for implementation will undergo the three-step process. I believe that we will experience a whole new dynamics of the unfreezing, changing, and refreezing stages with the usage of AI. By providing data-driven insights, AI can challenge long-held beliefs and practices and persuade that this change is necessary. So the changing process itself can be faster and more efficient. AI systems can help monitor the level of which the new method is integrated into a standard practice and continuously learn and adapt, which is especially important in environments where ongoing change is the new norm. In summary, on the subject of synergizing BIM and AI for cultural transformation in our organizations, we have been through the topics of the value of innovation, the importance of data-driven decision-making, and the structured approach to collaborative efficiency through change management. I would like to reflect on the key insights with a few final thoughts. AI is already transforming the way we learn, adapt, and thrive. Innovation sets the pace for continuous learning. Experimentation is the key to innovation. It's through trial and error, through the courage to try and fail, that we discover new paths. And finally, AI will continue to enable data-driven BIM by transforming raw data into a story that guides the architecture, engineering, and construction industry. Last of all, I'd like to take a moment to tell you a bit about myself. My name is Andrijana, and I work as an architectural technologist in Denmark, specializing in BIM and information management. Over the past decade, I have been deeply passionate about the world of BIM. I've had the privilege to work in the consulting industry, taking on various roles such as BIM designer, BIM manager, and now as an information manager at Niras. Thank you for your attention. Feel free to ask any questions.